What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Elizabeth, and if you're not familiar, I've been making gig delivery content for the past 5 years. So I want to share my experience over the years since 2019 all the way until if I will be using the gig delivery apps in 2025. In 2019, I remember it being an unpopular side hustle. It wasn't ideal. I didn't know anybody that was delivering food on the apps. I wouldn't say it was like looked down on, but it was not the ideal or anything people would like think about doing, in my opinion. So I started doing Uber Eats and I loved it. I was doing $100 a day. That was my goal. I did not come home until I hit $100, and it was, you know, maybe 4 hours worth of work, and I was very careful about the miles. And once I dropped the food off, I would literally I would like drive away from the house, but I would not drive many miles until I got my next order. So I wouldn't zoom back to the plaza like I do now, just because money was so tight and I didn't want to waste a single drop of gas. So I would drop off at a house and drive like around the block and wait for another order, which I didn't really wait long for another order, and it was consistent. I made pretty good money. I was doing it full time in 2019. And then in 2020, the world shut down and I made the most money on Uber Eats, and I was also doing DoorDash at the time. I was an essential worker because nobody else was working, nobody was open. The restaurants that were open were only doing pickup orders, which was really convenient for drivers. So we would like have to wear a mask and usually wait at the door and they bring it out, or anyways. And there were so many orders because people were home, and you know, they really respected essential workers and they tipped well to show their appreciation. Like, I made so much money per hour. Like, I don't think I ever made under $20 per hour, and I wish we could go back. I wish we could go back, not the pandemic. I wish we could go back to how many orders, how many less drivers there were. Okay, so 2021, I was still making okay money. Like, the world had opened back up and getting back to normal. People were working. People were obviously still ordering. They do to this day, obviously. So 2021, 22, and 23 are kind of like a blur that just mushes all together. I was working the gig apps full time. And you know, sometimes if my husband was like making really good money, I would not do full time for like a couple months, and then I would go back to full time. It was always there. The app, like, you just click and you could deliver, and it was always there. I could do it on my own time, which was the most important thing for me. But in 2023, I noticed it was so oversaturated and there was not enough orders to go around. There are way too many drivers out delivering because, you know, the economy got really bad and people need a side hustle. So this became way more popular, and I feel like everyone and their grandma was out delivering food to pay their bills, make ends meet. And that's when I started struggling doing this full time, because between the peak hours, it was not worth coming out at all. I would sit in my car for I don't know how long until I got discouraged and ended up turning the apps off. So that's when I started, you know, posting on like other social media and TikTok. Not that I ever thought I would be making money on TikTok, but just recently I started making money on the TikTok shop, which is another amazing opportunity and a great side hustle, if you will. I need to be flexible, okay? I got 2 kids at home. My husband works his own kind of side hustle as well, so I have to be very flexible. I cannot go clock into a 9-to-5 job. That's just not for me. So that brings me to 2024, where I'm pretty sure every driver will agree with me, unless you're in like a huge populated dense area, that it's so oversaturated now. I can have UberEats, DoorDash, and Grubhub on and struggle to make like 12 an hour on most days. Some days I could get pretty lucky and just like get close to $20, which I mean is ideal. If I can make $20 an hour out here, I wouldn't have a problem in the world, okay? Obviously, I do have my YouTube channel, and I don't make as much as you probably think. I see other gig tubers posting like their earnings, and I'm like, it's probably because I post like once a week and I barely get any views on those videos. I know if I post every single day, got a lot of views or whatever, I could make really good money. But I grew this channel to be around the gig app, so it's not like I'm, you know, vlogging my everyday life. I do post more personal content in my members feed. If you want to become a member, there's a join button next to the subscribe button, and I just post extra content, and I do members only lives over there if you're interested. But my main focus for my YouTube channel is to film my experience about the gig apps, anything new going on. And I've learned so much from my viewers commenting on my videos. So going into 2025, do I plan on continuing to use these gig apps as a source of income? And I want you to answer this question down below as well. Are you going to be delivering food in 2025? Do you think it's worth it? Is it worth it now for you? Have you already stopped? Let me know below. I don't imagine myself ever stopping doing the gig work, because I feel like, I mean, it's so easy. If I could do this full time again, I would love nothing more, because I feel myself when I'm delivering food. I don't know if that sounds weird or anything, but I mean, it's what I've been doing for 5 years, and I can turn the apps on basically whenever I want, if you gotta like schedule a couple days ahead on DoorDash. But it feels so natural to me because I've been doing it for so long. I don't plan on stopping. I don't know, unless the apps stop working or something. But if the economy does, when the economy does get better in 2025, I would love to do this full time again, and, you know, obviously document it for you guys and connect and see how your experience is as well, because I feel like I've been doing this for so long, like I can't just deuces, you know what I mean? I might have taken like a couple weeks off here and there, but this is my job and it is what I know. I don't know if that sounds bad, if like, does that sound bad? I deliver food and that's what I do. That's just what I do. I don't want to do anything else. If I did stop doing the gig apps, obviously I would still, like, you know, keep my channel and just kind of change the content, but I don't imagine doing that. I don't want to do that. I mean, honestly, I would probably get more views if I talked about other things or shared other parts of my life or whatever, but I don't want to do that. Like, talking about the apps and connecting with other drivers, I don't know if I'm getting off subject or anything, but this is what I do. So let me know down below if you will be turning the apps on in 2025. I feel like a lot of people have already stopped just because the economy is so bad. The apps are oversaturated. Like UberEats, you could turn on whenever you want. That doesn't mean you're going to get orders though. So that is my experience through the 5 years I have been delivering. Before this, I worked at a deli. I worked at Busch Gardens, Adventure Island. I worked at a tax accounting office. I did like several things. I worked at Taco Bell, McDonald's, but that didn't last long. And I would never want to go back to any of those jobs. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new, please consider subscribing and let's build this community even more. I mean, the more the merrier. Then the more information we could get from other people to help us doing our gig job, because that's what we do over here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.